Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Goosebumps HorrorTown playthrough, where we'll be taking a look at part 3, the final part, to this update the Squeezer Revolution that was happening in November of last year. Well, technically it would be 2019, but now we're in 2020, but shh, we're going to pretend as if we're in November, so let's just do that, okay? But yeah, this last part we're going to be taking a look and finishing off all the quests. We're going to be taking a look at the final grand prize, and then we're just going to see what happens after the fact. And then from there, we'll tease about not so much I'm going to give my review on the thing, but I will basically give you a short version. But if you want to see my long version, I will mention it to go to my reviews like I always do. But anyways, I've talked long enough, let's just dive right in. So anyways, we were last left off. We were having the kids helping the granny. And they haven't realized that Granny is an alien yet. And as I mentioned, I think in one of the videos before, there is a scene here where it ends up screwing up with the fact that the Grandma quest storyline near how it ends kinda makes it seem like it spoiled the ending to the final one. But the final one I actually like the ending too because of the twist they leave at the end. I will not spoil it too much right now, but yeah. Mind you, I didn't have as much fun as the other one, but yeah, I certainly had fun with this one. The same thing as well. And as you can see, I kind of cleaned up a bit of Mr. Fleshman's mess backyard as much as I can. And yeah, I'm going to be chewing on some gum because I want my mouth to be minty fresh. No reason at all. I just wanted to let you know in case you're wondering why I'm doing that. To get to hear the smacking of the teeth. Actually, the real reason is because I'm trying to not want to eat anything or trying to preserve my hunger. So satisfaction is usually to, bite onto something and it's pretty much okay. Also, this next part coming up, they kind of listen into Mr. Freeman's, Mr. Fleshman, not Mr. Freeman. This is not Half-Life. Mr. Fleshman conversation, and it was random gibberish. So I've decided to kind of do it made backwards kind of deal, but you get the kind of same idea. I did my best, so just bear with me on it. But yeah, so that's where I was at, and time's passed, and we're going to listen to Mr. Fleshman's conversation because once we click on this here, we'll be able to continue with the story.
You were right, Mrs. Grandma. Fleishman is communicating with the aliens. If only we could understand their language.
Sounds like gibberish, but if you really want to know, all you have to do is simply just go back.
Okay, so we know we need to stop the aliens. But how?
Oh, that's the easy part. We just covered them in this. Grandma's secret cookie dough recipe. We throw cookie dough at them until they can't eat another spoonful? Cookie dough's toxic to aliens. Only thing on Earth that can destroy them. One boy's blessing is another alien's curse, I guess. Well, let's get this cookie dough made. You children make it. I will watch from distance and then add my secret ingredient.
So this is like a world on worlds where aliens are allergic to germs. Oh no, these aliens are allergic to cookies. Cookie dough, I should say. Not cookies, but cookie dough. Okay. And it's interesting how she's like, oh, no, you can make it. I'll be in the background here. Okay, don't worry. I wonder why. Just keep that in mind and the story progresses, dear folks. I'm also very proud that during this whole video, that I have not made a reference to that one ancient alien guy and the body squeezer screaming.
References to aliens in Southeast Asia.
Until now. Anyways, that's the Squeezer's quest that just recently popped up real quick. And yeah, it's just another building to build, and of course I've decided not to go for it because items are very needed, and I don't need that because I can buy it. So yeah, screw it. But anyways, here's your grandma's quest.
Yes! My squeezer army grows! They will keep hatching, and I will be their alien queen! Also, aren't they adorable? Just look at those chubby, flesh-hungry little faces!
Yeah, as you see, Grandma's no longer here anymore. That will appear later on after this quest line is done, of sorts. Yeah, but the other weird thing is, too, I think I mentioned before, there was a missed opportunity with the baby squeezers. They have a profile down for these characters, and yet they don't use it at all. They instead use the normal squeezers when it comes up. I have no idea why. You would think that maybe they'll have the baby squeezers as well. Oh, also, yeah, look at Slappy's place. Are you surprised? Look, it's Christmas still here, yet the ground looks bizarre. It looks like it just went through hell. Trees are still there, but let's pretend as if this is not the case. Maybe the team should probably change the town to make it look a little bit new. Well, whatever. Anyways, I've got that many days left, and here's a new pack, by the way. It's the Victory Pack. The Victory Pack comes with all this stuff, but it also comes with Mr. Fleshman's the Mr. Fleshman's pyramid that you've seen before, as well as both Mr. Fleshman and Grandma. So if you're waiting for that, that's probably the best bundle to get it. Here's a quick version of what it is fully. This is like one of those bundles where it's like, yeah, this is a more valuable bundle than the one before it. Where it's like, oh, it's more valuable when you wait. But it's like, no, not really, because after that it's like, crap, we're gonna catch up. 17 days left. I got all the stuff, now I have to make the 3,000 donator. The reason why I'm waiting for this is because of the quest, because eventually it's going to ask me to make it. So that's what I'm waiting on.
Ready? Oh, looks so yummy. Not for you! For aliens! Cool. Now all we need is some way to splooch those disgusting aliens with this.
I think I could craft something handy.
Ready, children? To crash site!
Hey, there we go. And here comes the reveal of who Mr. Fleshman really is. I think I'm impressed with this, so here we go.
Give it a Fleshman. We know who you really are. We know you work for the aliens.
Oh, you are thoroughly mistaken. I do not work for the aliens. They work for me.
Ah!
Oh, look at that. They have just hatched. Get them!
Obtain that and play the alien meteorite scene. Man, you gotta love that acting. Also, here comes when Grandma comes into play, and again, this is the other quest I was waiting for with the donator thing. And yeah, it's weird too, because you need to build that in order to build this, so they kind of skipped a step. I should have done it before, but oh well, whatever. Here's Grandma's quest, by the way.
Your time has come, Fleishman. Surrender to my power.
Are you feeling alright, old lady?
Oh, I am. Make way for your new leader.
God damn, an alien turf war! Yeah, so now plays a hatchery scene, but then also get just one of the dough. So, really, all I have to do is just play both of the scenes here, and then get one of the dough, and then the Grandma thing is done. And because of that, you end up finishing Grandma's quest, and it kind of has the ending much like to the original one, and it kind of like, oh, well, it ends like that, but if you play the other one, it ends differently. Now, the one thing I will say is when I went with doing the quest for the Christmas one, what I tried to do was have the stories be like finishing off on its one own, but if you have the character, it just adds to the story, so you're not losing anything. It's like adding bonus features, which is what I wanted to do. So yeah, that's what I kind of did with that one. But this is just kind of like, kind of does that, but then it also doesn't at the same time. It's weird to describe it, but you'll see what I mean when it comes up. I do like the ending to the main story, but the special side character one, it's kind of like, okay. Could have been handled better, but whatever. But yeah, got Grandma running around, scaring people with a little baby. Still, it makes you wonder too with the turf war. It kind of is, because you're wondering what kind of alien is this Granny character. I hate saying Granny. It's not really Granny. You know what I mean. But it's like what she doesn't have her real name, right? So, and there's no way I am going to say her Russian character's name, because God help me, I don't want to butcher another language. You already seen me do that with the other video. I just decided to say, no, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna have the robot do it. Okay, if the robot's wrong, then that's just weird with the language. Okay, so don't blame me. Don't trend on me, buddy. Anyways, we should get all this stuff here, so now we'll be able to finally craft one of the sling dough thingies. Bizarre name. I'm not gonna bother with that. But yeah, more stuff kind of continues on here. It's funny too, because these videos kind of make things kind of go on long, but it takes, over time, it kind of takes it a little while, and then you just kind of like, you know, little bits here and there. And now we finished, Mr. Fleshman's done his thing. We're going to now have him do his little animation again that we've seen before. But yeah, I actually don't, I really didn't mind. I actually really did like how they kind of salvaged the squeezers in a way, because before the squeezers was like, oh yeah, this is my worst thing. I hated this quest, and it was like the second one, so I was like, oh no. And then the third event came out, and I'm like, oh, this is the best one ever, and it has been for a while. Things have gone close, but not like passing it yet. So who knows? We might this year. Let's see. This 2020. Okay, we know November, but realistically 2020. But yeah, the one thing I will say though during this whole thing, the quests and all that, hopefully they can also fix the vampires, because as of right now they're in the lead for the worst characters added into the game. The aliens no longer are. It's now the vampires, unfortunately, because of how badly handled the events happened. That and the zombies. If they can do that, then they'll be gold. I'm wondering if the zombies will be coming back in some way in September, like for like an actual school event. It's possible to do so because they're kind of gray skinned, so maybe they can do the haunting school or something like zombie school. We'll have to wait and see what they have planned. Anyways, we're done with this, so let's finish with Grandma, and you get to see what I'm talking about here.
Guys, quick, get them both!
No!
Sorry, Grandma. It's time for you to go.
You win this time, but the alien queen will return, and in a disguise you will never discover!
She beam me up, Scotty. You're gonna see more of that, by the way. And yeah, in this one, it's like, oh, both of them got defeated. But no. In this original one gets defeated, the other gets revealed, and then that one gets defeated. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, so you just basically ruined it for me. Thank you so much, game. Here's what I'm talking about. Here we go.
Now, children, throw a cookie dough at him! All of it!
What is this repulsive substance?
It works! He's disintegrating!
My essence remains, you annoying little creatures. I'll beam out of another galaxy for now, but I will come back. As they say in this Espian planet, third time's a charm.
He's gone. We did it, Grandma.
Oh, is that a secret that we're going to actually have a Squeezers Part 3? That's why I think Squeezers Revenge might be its own special event. Let's find out. Or maybe another alien thing. Who knows?
Thank you, Grandma. We couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, thank you, my children, for making me the new alien leader.
What? Grandma? You? An alien?
Alien Queen as of now, lady human. Body squeezers. Get them!
Where's the babies? You got to use the old ones? What, did he just decide to capture it? What was with the babies then? No, honestly, what was with them? If you were just going to just take over, and then the body squeezers are like, oh yeah, no, a random alien. Yeah, nah, well, let's follow you then. You know what you're doing. Man, to be fair, usually when it comes to colonies like ants and whatnot, usually the queen is considered the leader just because she's the one that is able to reproduce. In theory, that's why, like, when it comes to the ants, like, or the queen bee and all that stuff, that's why that's the case. There's never a king bee or a king ant. Nah, they die. It's like, nah, you just help, and then that's it. You go away. Mother Nature is really bad in that case. Mother Nature does not give a care about you. I wanted to say something else, but I'm like trying to censor myself at some points, but I am trying to be a little bit more of myself. I don't know. If you want me to be loosey-goosey with my language, let me know down below. I will, if people don't care, then I will be honest and I'll just be myself just like I am in the streams. But if you guys rather prefer me to be nice and clean and wholesome and family friendly for YouTube, but also COPPA associates, then that also helps me out too, because I'm in a midlife crisis here. I don't know what I'm going to be choosing now. Oh, YouTube has just screwed me over and screwed everyone else over. But to be fair, when it comes to COPPA, I don't have to really worry about it just yet. I have to be at a certain number of subscribers and get monetization before they care. So as of right now, I'm way under the radar. And I have to also be careful, because apparently there's been some people I've seen on YouTube that's unfortunately getting themselves hacked and their accounts being lost, and mostly it's because they're falling for these kind of link trap clips, but it's gotten worse as of late. I know somebody who actually ended up losing their channel as of late, and it kind of sucked, because I think they recently passed 1,000 subscribers, and then it's just like, oh, gone. Which really sucks, because it's like, oh man. Also, I'm going to get close to the Squeezer Revolution thing. Prize. Spoilers, by the way. Like, unless you're very that surprised. But anyways, yeah. Finally got this done, and the quest is over.
Not so fast, Queen of the Seep. Your recipe was so delicious that I saved some for later. Wanna try it?
No! I guess it's time for me to also be now.
Wow. I guess I was in such need of a grandmotherly affection that I couldn't see the truth right in front of me.
At least I'll go back to being the arcade's top. Wait, Eric, you said your recipe was delicious. Does that mean you ate it?
Sure. Grandma might be bad, but those cookie dough was so good. Hey, why are you looking at me like that?
What's that green goo coming out your ear?
Dun 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 dun. Oh no, Eric is dead. His brain is melting as we speak, just like the aliens back in... It's like Mr. Mortman. He turned into Mr. Mortman right there. Remember that image? Remember that? Remember him with the black goop coming out of his ears? But this time's green. What a nice little R.L. Stein twist. Oh, man. Yeah, so now all the quests are done. Now it's just trying to get everything 100%, and then we're all good to go. So this will be a fun experience. So yeah, 13 days left. I like to do this just to kind of show you if I ever come across something and it pops up here. But yeah, I'm going to figure on buying this because it's the only Goosebumps cost, and really it's not that inexpensive. Like, as a little decoration item, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Why not? It looks pretty decent. I'm also setting myself shop up here. One thing I wanted to notice too is that they mentioned something about when it comes to arcade, as well as something about with what do you call it? Her coming back in a different disguise. That would be interesting to see. Although she's in town still, so I don't know. I mean, I get what, you know what I mean. Whatever. Maybe they'll just have her put a different costume on. Maybe that will be what will happen here. But yeah, we'll see. My percent grows, by the way, down there. But yeah, that's the result of this item here. My town, my little Squeezer Revolution area is looking pretty fancy, I have to say. And there's some items I have to get from the old one and then the new stuff here. It wasn't really too challenging to get some of this stuff. Some of them were a little bit high priced, sure, like the statue, but other than that, not too much as far as doability. I think that was fine for the most part. What else? Yeah, they're talking about the aliens, so there's no doubt in my mind that they're gonna bring back the aliens at some point again, because, you know, why wouldn't they not? But if they would have to bring a book, either they focus more on the plot line with the Squeezer Revolution, not the Squeezer Revolution, my bad. This is this event, Revenge of the Body Squeezers, because this is mostly focused on Grandma, and you can tell it was focused on Grandma. Yeah, the Squeezers were there, but it wasn't really like the Squeezer Revolution storyline, you know? The storyline was about blue Squeezers with balls, with a bomb that turns people into balls and squeeze them. It's that kind of thing, right? And finding out Fleishman had a son. You know, I was like, oh, I didn't know that, but yeah, apparently he does. Got the ball, by the way. That's what that looks like. It's kind of cool looking. I don't know what that does, but yeah, it's like the Walt Disney Future Ball, or whatever special ball you see in some of the locations in your hometown. I'm sure you probably had something like that before too. I think, yeah, at this point I have enough items to be able to get all this stuff. Like, I have enough, I've accumulated a lot of currency to be able to get everything now. I think this is what's going on here in this video. Or this section of the video, I should say. Yeah, but anyways, it mentioned something about with the arcade, because Grandma was good at it. I think there's two other stories that you can do with aliens. One of them is, I think it's brain juice. They did have a design for what the alien looks like, but I don't know how they can do that. But if they want to go for an 80s vibe and more arcade, they could do one of a choose your own adventures with this zap. Also, by the way, I really do like this statue. It looks like it could have been like an award statue stuff there. Something I want to mention too is that I think I saw there was a statue with, yeah, that popped up again, but we'll pretend that didn't exist. There was a statue that popped up during the Welcome to Dead House event that I saw in the thing, and I could have noticed that there was a statue. This is the Squeezer Gold. This is for the Flower Garden. Yeah, not really going to be interested in that. Yeah, but when doing the thing, there was a statue with Compton Dawes there. And it was really interesting. But anyways, 12 days later, got 8 stuff. So, about done. I kind of got like, wait, where's the thing? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's a weird thing that happened. But anyways, got 52 playing parts, 6 out of 5 photographic evidence, 9 of 9 of the dough gun, and 10 of 9 of baby squeezers. So let's redeem this big prize, the Squeezer Victory Palace, which I believe is, and someone can correct me on this, it's a famous Russian building. I'm trying to think of what the palace is named, but this is what it's loosely based off. I don't know what is with the purple peanut butter goop here. Maybe someone can mention this to me. Maybe the team can tell me what's the inspiration with this goop, because it looks cool. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just like, what is this all about? This green gunk. It's almost like a symbiote or venom that's kind of taking over things with the purple peanut butter. Yeah, I mentioned purple peanut butter, and you know what? Purple peanut butter wouldn't look like jam. Maybe that's what, I don't know. That book has been a while. Again, I'm just rambling on here, trying to keep you entertained. But yeah, now all I need to do is get some of these items here to 100%, and then we're done with this quest, this event. And then we can wrap it up, and then I can give you my quick review before I give you my full review in the next video. But yeah, I wanted to show this off too. I just was like, oh yeah, there's Santa Claus. That's the next event, by the way. Hoop-de-derp, and it's next to Jack, they're fighting between who will get the show, Jack or Santa. But we all know it's Santa, because this is November and it's going to December, which is, as we found out, to be my event. It's still kind of fun to say that I had a helping hand with. I didn't have full access to the event though. I did create the story, I did create the items and stuff to produce, but other things I have not, which I will mention more during that part 2 and part 3. If you've seen the part 1 to the stuff, then you probably get a basic idea, but yeah, this is roughly all the stuff now. Oh yeah, and I was just showing off what I did here with some of the items moved around. I don't know why that tree is here, by the way. I think eventually, once I get all the items, I kind of show off where I put all the bus stops and stuff like that. I think this is where I have enough to buy everything. I might be mistaken, because it's been a while. It's been like a few months since of this recording. But I'm hoping that's just what it is. Yeah, and this is the thing too. I try to make this look interesting, but also have the space for it, because some buildings block it. But I'm like, I want this to look cool, so I'm gonna, you know what? Maybe I'll do I'll put it like this. It's like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna put it like this. So this is what it looks like. So it gives this. It makes it. What I'm trying to do here, make it look like, oh, it's just a normal, average building, and then behind it's like, oh, spooky alien stuff, just right next to the realization of the mutants lair, which we should pretend as if it didn't exist. Yeah, the comic book is a front to the masked mutants lair, but yeah, if you go behind, it's like, oh wait, there it is. It's like, no, don't look back there. It worked when there wasn't available land space, but now it's just ooh. Also, I like this idea here, the a spaceship looking like a meteorite, because that gives the original story with them coming from meteorites. It's like, well, here they come back, but it's like, yeah, no, but they're spaceships, so it looks like, and again, purple weird thing coming out. I don't know what that is, but there you go. Anyways, I believe there's some now. I have that little rocket ship ride I have to get, and then there's one last thing, a rocket, and then these two things. So let's go ahead and get the rocket. Space Patrol. It's interesting that this little device here is kind of like one of those you put it in front of the stores, and then you put in a nickel or something like that, and then have your kid ride in it. I'm sure some people who watch this probably had an experience where they had something like that happen when they're waiting in the store. It's like, oh, let me go on this little ride thing, right? But yeah, so let's see if we can get all of it, and then within 11 days left, I will have 100% everything, and hooray! Now it's just the boring of crafting enough land and making everything look good. I don't know what's going on with my voice there. There's like something coming up and it's making me sound like I'm getting sick, and I'm not. Or am I? Oh no. No, I don't think I am. I just think it's just talking for a bit and it's kind of making me go, oh no. Oh yeah, and I kind of did this, I think. Yeah, you see, I can put it there, but then I won't be able to see anything. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to put the rocket right here. Why not? Good. It's hiding. No one will know the rocket is ever there. So let me turn it around. There it is. Yep. Look, there's the rocket. But now this looks dumb. So we're gonna put that back the way it was. Don't worry. But there you go. There's what the rocket looks like. Also, let me talk about this. During November, we had Black Friday of all things, and this is the Black Friday pack for $1 measly, or in my neck of the woods, a toonie. you'll be able to get Slappy's pack for literally $1. And this comes with the bank as well. So, yeah, like the whole him having his mouth full of cash thing, that's legit. This is what real Black Friday is. One day you get a special deal which is ridiculous, you know. Like, rightfully so. Look at Slappy's face. Like, look at that. He's just eating that money. But yeah, if you're curious, this is what it looks like for... It comes with the Witch Tower, by the way. It will have Slappy in it as well. But for the most part, this is what it will look like for everything here. So it's, you know, if you don't have Slappy or anything like that, or you started up, that was probably a good deal to get. Again, I gotta love how they made that special background for the Black Friday thing with just Slappy's face, black background, and then put dollar bills in his mouth like he's eating it. It's I'm saving so much money, I'm just eating it all. I'm crazy that way. Yeah, so here's how I've been designing where everything is. I put the bus stop. What I did with the bus stop, because I had to put 4, I tried to put them all aside the different places around town. So there's one going here, there's one going over there. You know, they're all over the place almost, if that makes sense. To make it look like a real bus route would go around town like this. Again, I tried my best to make this town look decent and playable and not looking like hot garbage. But there's some areas that's like, oh yeah, that's hot garbage. And part of the reason too is because some of the items they kind of reveal, it's just like, no, it doesn't look good. So close, by the way, to getting 100%, by the way. I'm still looking for this dough. I think just because of getting enough for the items, which I think at this point I have. So let's see. These are the only 4 items I need, so I'll get 2 of these because having one looks weird, so I might just have it unison, so I'll have 2 of these and then do something with them for this prize here. And then I will have a bunker and I will have 2 of these because I'm going to try to do what I did with the secret mutant, which is just putting them one somewhere and then one in the other place. So it's like, oh yeah, he's secretly entrance. And just like that, I 100%ed everything. I got all the items, limited time items that's required for this event. And Santa Claus is going to be the next thing. If the guy can leave me alone, what would Glanny go away? But yeah, there you go. That prize specimen right there. 100% everything with a few days to go. Yeah, so again, I'm getting some rings here. And the reason why is because if I go up here, this land property, I'll have enough to be able to get an expansion, so I'll get more land, which is great. I'm glad that they've opened up these lands. That's easy for me to be able to craft. So here we go. So it's going to take me about like a day and a few hours, but for you it'll be literally like seconds. Like right now. Look at that. Land's open, so now I can move stuff and make stuff look better. And I'm going to have to edit this a little bit so it can fit this hunk of material over to this place here. And sure enough, at the end of the day, this is what my whole setup looks like. So that's the event area. I like that. Temporary, this is where this thing is. I'm hopefully to put it in a better home once I get enough land or something better here. As you can see, I put this here temporarily with the bunker. Way to get in, probably something better. I put the bus stop here because, you know, Horrorland in this guy's backyard. Because why not? Again, my throat's being irritated right now. I showed you this little section here with the bus stop, and then the land road has added there. I kind of already showed you stuff in the down below, but I'm not going to bother. This is another bus stop location, which you've probably seen during this part or part 2. Most likely this part, but maybe part 2. I'm not sure when exactly I decided to put some of these bus stops, but this is another location, so that's 3. And the 4th one I think you saw earlier, which is up near the top area here. Up near Christmas Land. This is why I'm calling it this Christmas Land, so it's right up around this corner here. when the land loads in. There we go. Yep, there it is. There's all the bus locations. I think it's appropriate. For now anyways. And then I forgot to show you. This is what Mr. Fleshman's backyard looks like. It's a hot pile of garbage. He looks like one of those hoarders. You know what I'm talking about? Like the people who just compile junkyard in the front and the back of their yard. This is what Mr. Fleshman is. And he's like, oh no, kids, I'm not an alien at all. I just like collecting garbage. I'm not fascinated by it at any means necessary. I did not want to ride the ride. And then, you know, time passed, Sator's stuff is gone, and look at that. The event is over. And I don't think... I'm trying to see if a pop-up window pops up, but I don't think it does. I think it may have, but, you know, you've really seen these before. It's like, pop, it's like, oh, it's done. It's like, yeah, I kind of figured as much. But yeah, as you can see, the event's gone. All the content, the stuff, disappeared. And we're gonna find out Mr. Fleshman as well as Mrs. Granny to show you that their quests are disappeared. They no longer exist as far as our concerns. And I don't want to talk to the dummy as of right now. Let's see here. Yeah, so as you can see, it's like, oh no, we didn't get enough materials, so unfortunately we can't do that. But we can do Grandma. So that's Grandma go out for the last time, as well as I believe we're going to do Mr. Fleshman for the last time as well. Yep, so let's just do Fleshman for the last time because, you know. Also, I just want to point out that ever since this update hits, Mr. Fleshman's meteorite still drops the eggs. So it used to drop these like weird cube things, but now it's just eggs. I don't understand the whole egg thing. It makes sense if it was like in the hatchery scene, but instead that's like Grandma's secret recipe. It's like, what is that? That's like a jalapeno? Like, what is it? It looks disgusting. It's not an egg, I don't think. Maybe you let me know down what you think Grandma's secret recipe thing is. Because when I look at that, I'm like, I don't want to touch that. Maybe that's what the aliens are allergic to. It's not the cookie dough. It's that green, whatever that secret ingredient is. It looks disgusting. Alien ingredient. Melting face syndrome. Yeah, so got people being terrified and all that stuff. I think I moved one of the I might be mistaken, but I believe I moved one of the rides to where the... Oh, and look at that, I got the secret ingredients. That's cool. But I believe one of the attractions I ended up moving to the half HorrorTown, Horrorland, in the backyard of John and the other guy. And I'm gonna go scroll through here to get to Grandma. Yeah, Grandma got nothing. Granny got nothing. And I believe Mr. Fleshman has nothing too. Wrong button. I did not want to click that. There he is. I didn't want to do that, but okay. Yep, there he is. Nothing. Well, that's it. That's all she wrote. That's the event in a nutshell. And yeah, that's about it. If you want my full details on what I think of this event, I will put out a review right after this video, so you get to see through that, and I'll do the same thing. It might be the last video, by the way, of me doing that. I'm going to debate on that, seeing how the next things are going to come up, just because I'm wondering how much involvement I'll be. We'll see. Like, we'll see what ends up happening, but this will be the last for this year anyways, for me doing an event like that, and then we can play by ear what happens next by each video. But the TLDR of this is that this was a big improvement from last year's event, and they really did redeem Fleishman over the past few months. It went from me joking about him being Mr. Useless and being expensive to being justified for his pricing as well as what he drops now. As you probably saw during my Christmas update, they changed his drops to be a lot of different stuff, and I'm like, wow, you know, that's a big improvement from the crap he dropped before. Now he drops actually good stuff, you know, good stuff for value for what he cost. And yeah, you know, we'll see what ends up happening. Grandma herself, she's okay. She has a lot of answers. Like, all 4 of her quests are animated, but we didn't get to see an animation with her mask unlock, or like, we don't see that, much like Saber, unfortunately. So what ends up happening is that now, because we don't have the scene, there's no way to see that animation, that character outside this the suit. As well as, well, now Saber has a way to do it, because we have that Forbidden Bunker scene if you decide to go ahead and purchase that. But we most likely get the Forbidden Bunker probably in the camping update, or if they ever do release a special book. But yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, with that, we're finally done with this, something that's long anticipated. If you liked it, let me know down below. All that's good stuff. As I said, back to part 2 and many videos before. I'm not going to bother you with that stuff. Next video is going to be the review, but if you don't care about that, it will be part 2 to the shop till you drop dead. And hopefully from there we'll be able to continue on with this quest stuff, and then hopefully by then I'll be able to figure out what I want to do with this. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time, and be careful on eating those grandma's cookies, because they may melt your brain to green goop like boogers with the Goosebumps monster blood.